Aurora Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Beneath a Stormy Sky, written by Annemarie Brear, and read by Karen Cass. The moral right of the author has been asserted. This performance is owned by Aurora. Chapter 1. Off the southern coast of West Australia, December 1879. Louisa braced herself against the cabin wall as the ship swayed and groaned under the onslaught of the storm. The sewing needle pricked her finger, and she cursed softly, sucking the blood away. The tiny room was lit by one single lantern, which swung dangerously on the hook by the bed. Rain pitted against the small window. She stared at the wind-tossed waves in the moonlight. Her stomach rebelled at the rough motion, her Christmas dinner sitting heavy. She fought against being sick, not wanting to bring up the wonderful roast chicken and vegetables the cook had served them hours before. After a long voyage across the immense span of the South Atlantic and Indian Oceans, it had been exciting to make port at Fremantle on the western side of Australia a few days ago. The ship had taken on fresh food and water for the last part of the voyage. She and the other passengers had disembarked and strolled around the town for the day, buying fruit and shopping for items they had run out of on the long journey from England. Louisa's first experience of Australia spurred her imagination. The sunshine, the rustic buildings, the strange gangly trees called eucalyptus, and her first sight of native aboriginals were all fascinating. She asked her brother David so many questions, but despite the books they had read about the country before leaving England, they still did not know enough. Some of the local people had done their best to answer what they could as they toured the wide dirt streets of Fremantle. David insisted on buying them tea and cakes, and they'd savoured every mouthful. Regretfully, Louisa had left the township and boarded the cramped ship with her head full of information. She was eager to arrive in Sydney and begin their new life. A knock on her cabin door brought her head up, and she put her sewing aside. Although dressed in her nightgown and robe, she knew it would only be her brother. "Come in." David entered, dwarfing the space which was meant for only one person. He held on to the door as the ship tilted alarmingly. "You need to get dressed, quick as you can." His pale face showed a mixture of worry and fear. "Why?" Even as she asked, she was pulling a dark blue skirt and bodice out of the narrow wardrobe built at the end of her equally narrow bed. "I've just come from the saloon, where Captain Tanner and the first mate were talking."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?